older guests who are used to going to weddings with bands only get to have that extra sensation, that extra feel, with still hearing the songs the way that you want to hear them. So average cost, depending on the entertainer, figure you're going to spend another $1,000 added onto your entertainment package. So figure the DJ's in the 2 to 3 range, and then there you're going to add on another entertainer who gets another $1,000, and worth every single penny. All right, adding that kind of flavor to the party definitely can take it from, wow, that was really great, to, oh my God, you had the best wedding I've ever been to. So that's where we're.
Based on that alone, I'm getting whatever.
That's where we're.
So we got the outlay, as you said, about $1,000.
Yeah, it's about another $1,000. All right, so this is not an inexpensive thing, but
no.
If you're talking about value points,
yes,
I think it adds. Lights and TV screens cost just as much.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have the extra body there than an extra bell and a whistle.
Yes. Okay, I agree with that. Plus, it's a wedding.
It's a wedding. It's fun.
You want to get moving,
Yeah, man.
So, Peter, are you tagging along there with the questions, like the live questions? Because I got so many screens in front of me here. So just throw them to me if you have them, because I want to make sure. Oh wow. Okay. I will say the whole TikTok thing is new, not in general, but live. And so there's a lot happening there comparatively to YouTube and Instagram. Anyway, okay, so I do have some other questions that people asked. But
let's keep it going. Well, what's a good photo question? Like, did somebody?
We did have a question that said, how do I know who will be photographing my wedding, and can I choose? And so it's a very good question from HC. You know who you are. So I will speak for my company, Silver Fox, because obviously everybody operates a little differently. But choosing a photographer is hugely important because, number one, you spend the entire day with us, like literally 12 hours.
And sometimes in your underwear, right?
Yes.
And your makeup done, and then you're in a bathrobe. Yeah, so.
You need to like your photographer.
Gotta have the comfort.
Personality matters because I've said this many times, there are so many vendors you don't see the day of your wedding. You spend the entire day with us. And either you're going to want to throw us out of the room or invite us to your barbecue, the next time you have one. With us, it's the latter.
Yeah,
we're getting invited to the barbecue because we've got an amazing team here. So, but to answer specifically your question is, with us, you can request a photographer if you have kind of no idea and say to us, can you select one for us based on your style and preference. We absolutely will. If you request one, there's no extra charge. I've heard of places charging extra for choosing a photographer. It seems a little ridiculous to me. That would basically mean like somebody's better than somebody else and whatever. Whoever you want, if they're available, they're yours. And that's also who you will do the engagement shoot with. We include an engagement shoot with every one of our contracts, which is a great way to get to know the person you're going to spend 10 or 12 hours with. So I'm hoping that this answers your question, HC. But yeah, so you can choose. You will know not only the day of the wedding, well before the wedding, who your photographer is. And you'll probably wind up inviting him to your next family barbecue.
Yeah, well, I personally have invited some of John's photographers to my family barbecue.
True story.
So
never invites me, but
we don't have enough food. You know what happens is, so we go shopping and we invited a couple of photographers, and then by the time we realize like no one told John, I'm like, I didn't get enough hamburgers. He eats a lot of hamburgers.
So we're gonna touch on
Strombolis. My man loves Strombolis.
Yeah. So a couple of trends things. I'm going to touch on one thing first here because I have people saying, what are the latest trends or trends that they are following in
talk about a photo trend.
Photo trend. So there is this sort of new candid luxury movement towards, and I mean I'm using those words because I feel like that's it's a relaxed, natural style where you know that, like, we know that we posed you kind of and directed you, but when you look at them, they have an elegant, natural look using as much natural light as possible. It just has a flow to it. There's nice. That. Yeah, it is. And I mean, listen, there's no wrong answer. I mean, if you want to have like direct flash where it has that kind of like wow sort of '80s look or whatever. That's good as well, and that's also a popular.
You gotta hang
thing.
it next to your mother's picture from her wedding in the same living room, so you might as well get the lighting similar.
It is a very popular trend. Also, direct flash, as are sort of the blurry motion photos. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's one of those things where you have to relate to your photographer, who should be pretty much somebody that's like your right hand the day of. What you want, that even before the hand, you should get these things across to your studio and say, hey, these are kind of what we like. Can you make sure we have that? If you have a Pinterest board, you have inspiration photos, shot lists, all that stuff. But yes, that is kind of one of the new sort of hot trends. I'm going to call it like the candid luxury movement.
Yeah, well, I mean, that makes it sound
fancier than
you would think.
Very fancy. It sounds expensive, actually.
Yeah. Well, and I have a fun trend that kind of bridges the gap between photo and entertainment, and that is the trend where the bride's asked to do we're calling it the table dash for photographers. So, table pictures have always been a big deal, all right? You have invite a lot of people to your wedding. You want pictures with all of them because sometimes it becomes a blur. You don't even remember who was at the party at some point, right? So to look back at some pictures and see, oh, this is the guest we invited. We love them. Oh my God, it's so perfect. What we like to do is not have that take up a ton of time. So this table dishes, we play one song. We warn all the guests at the tables. Everybody already stands up, already moves to one side, and the bride and groom run as fast as they can from table to table to table to table with the photographers, taking some pictures.
Everybody's got to be in good shape, which means...
Well, no. Just the bride and groom have to be in good shape.
Well, and the photographer's got to be in good shape.
Your photographers are in incredible shape. I've seen them. All right, I see the rigorous training that John puts these people through.
Anyway, go back to the dash.
So we're running from table to table, get a bunch of pictures. It takes less than a song, right? So 3 minutes, 4 minutes, give or take. Which is great, and I actually really like it, and sometimes it can be a lot of fun, and, if the bride trips a little bit, yay, it makes it a funny joke, okay? The trend that I saw a couple of times recently is the reverse table dash.
Things in reverse don't typically, in my opinion,
go. Well, I got a good story about it. Well, so the reverse is when the bride and groom stand on the dance floor, and each table runs up to them, poses, and takes a picture. On paper, great idea. The bride and groom, they don't have to be sweaty. They just stand there, smile. But I want you to recognize usually the couples that we get married in their 20s and 30s, all right, occasionally in their 40s and 50s, healthy, vibrant, excited, starting their life together, full of life and energy. Not always the case with all of the guests.
Aunt Janie,
all right,
table 14.
All right, Uncle Sal.
He had 6 drinks already at the cocktail hour.
All right, might not be in peak physical condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Hurt his foot.
Hit the bacon bar.
Right. I was going to say, Grandpa, a little bit deaf. Maybe he didn't hear the prompt, and he's sitting at the table wondering why everybody just ran away from him. All right. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Until poor Grandpa's really confused. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
And the take home is, not all the guests move at the speed and the pace that some of the brides want them to. Right. So this whole idea of speeding this table photography process along ends up taking longer.
Yes.
All right.
So I think the takeaway here is, and I don't mean to, but the takeaway is, rather than have all 200 of your guests in top shape, just the bride and groom in top shape, you guys run around to the 20 tables.
Run around to the tables, yeah.
And I will say that it is a lot better than just doing, like, back in the day, table shots where we had to go to every single table, which just got everybody pissed off because you could only go to the table when they're eating, and they're like, why are you here? I'm eating.
Making a game out of it is definitely much more fun.
Yes.
Crowd involvement, people like it, but the response is a lot better. So, yeah, the take home is, I love the table dash. Not so thrilled about the reverse table dash.
We're just doing the straightforward table dash.
We're dashing.
We're not doing the dash table.
That's funny. Table dash versus dash table.
Yeah. But I hope we didn't start like
it was funnier when I heard it quick. I said it again. It wasn't
okay, so let's jump to a viewer question here, which is kind of related to both of us. So, is there an advantage or savings to booking with you both? From MS. So I'll let you start.
MS isn't me, by the way. No, it wasn't MS.
Definitely...
It was a...
No, yeah, that's
I could have been MS, but yeah.
So I'll speak. What I will say, well, number one is we're in the same freaking building.
Yeah,
so there's that. that's advantageous. You know, we work together pretty much every weekend, so our people always work together, which is also an awesome thing. So
cross-population.
You're never going to have a situation where the cake is getting cut because the DJ called for it, MC called for it, and you know the
photographer is outside having a cigarette break. Yeah,
we don't smoke. Okay.
Well,
bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
Calling his
cigarettes.
You know, baby mama.
Anyway, no, but so from that point of view, I could say for that, it definitely, yeah. I mean, and obviously savings wise, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the savings wise is big. I mean, there's a couple of big advantages. Like the one that I love, my favorite thing, John, is when. A client will come in, they'll book me, they'll book you. I have these couple of TV DJ booths with the big TV screen in the middle, and I have the video walls that we use as DJ booths. So the fun thing is, say when you do book us both, is his photographers will give us the SD cards and put in pictures like live from the parties. You know,
we won't give it to him directly.
No, you don't give it to me. Give it to my tech because I don't.
He can't be trusted.
I don't technology. This is all new for me. But the fun part is you get this live feed of pictures all night just because we can work together and trust each other. And I won't erase his cards, and his photographers won't take blurry pictures, put them up on my screen.
Double cards anyway. So, but
you know what I mean.
Yes, I know. So, but that's not a savings. So they want to know savings. So, okay, to MS's point. So yes, if you hang around till minute 15, which we are pretty close to, minute 15.
You made it this far. You're earning money, man.
You're going to save like $500. But more importantly, we also have, and you can't combine these offers. So if you do one, you can't do the other. We have Bridal Box, which is a fabulous thing that allows you to book everybody in the building. We've got in our building here, not only us, Silver Fox, Music Boutique, but we also have All-Star Limousines, awesome.
Beautiful cars.
Right.
Beautiful
Lauren
cars.
Taylor, Floral Elegance, and the Stationery Bar, and it's a lot of love here.
So invitations, flowers, DJ, limousine, and photography.
And you are definitely saving big time loot. If you book 2 of the 3 vendors, it's on both our websites. You can check it out, Bridal Box with 2 X's. So that is one way that you can always save, even if you're not tuned in tonight for the special offer. Which are we ready? What minute are we at, Peter?
16
minutes.
16. We're at 16 minutes already?
16 minutes already.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So you know what you got to do here? So right now, Peter's going to put up on the screen, if the phone doesn't fall off the thing.
It might fall off.
And on TikTok, we're going to, it's up there. So
DM us, TikTokers.
Yes, DM us. Okay, the code is SilverFox250. SilverFox, one word, 250. And Music 250.
Music 250.
And just DM us, and we're also going to post it in the show notes. But yes, so those 2 things will get you $250 off any photo video contract and $250 off your DJ contract.
Off of an entertainment package.
So, and once again, you can't combine it with like every other thing possible. You know, there's an amazing amount of fine print in this whole thing. You know, no, I'm kidding. But yeah,
so come visit us.
Come visit us. We'll make it work. We won't put you on camera if you don't want to be like this. But if you want to be a guest, you absolutely
can. That'd be nice. Some TikTokers out there, some of my Instagrammers. I think it would be really nice to hang out with some people.
Yes, for sure. So, so Silver Fox 250, Music 250, right there, $500. I mean,
yeah, man.
Like,
you come ask us shit in person.
If you did nothing else besides that, you just made $500.
Well, $500. Now think about it. So if every 15 minutes you made $500, it's like $2,000 an hour these people are making.
Pretty much, and you only have to spend how much to get the party booked. So I mean, you know, like
you're welcome.
At the end of the day, I'm sure you're gonna wind up ahead. So Peter, I'm gonna ask you to do another technical thing. So I'm sure, because we get a lot of great feedback. I'm on Polaroid of the Day. So we've been doing this thing, Polaroid of the Day, for a while.
I have one on my desk.
Yes, it's awesome. We've picked one photo, post it, add a little music to it, and actually we're going to be doing some pretty big things with Polaroid of the Day. But I got my new Polaroid here. That's amazing. And I'm going to give it to Peter.
Okay.
And Peter's going to take a photo of us, literally live here. Look how nice this is. I mean, would you look at that beautiful piece of art?
Polaroid props see it?
Polaroid props
look at that.
Polaroid. Would you just look at that?
Look at it. It says
and
Polaroid.
This has got
right
manual settings, so this is not like your old school thing. Like, it's got a whole digital readout here. Like, this is the bomb. The Polaroid i2. Peter's going to take it from us.
Not one eye.
Blocks
2 eyes.
and you'll just take a photo of us. You know, hopefully it'll come out, right? And all right, there you go. And as you're supposed to do with these, you're just supposed to take it out. Nope. No. That you are not supposed to shake.
Yes, you are.
No, you're not. You are not.
Yes, you are.
No,
I've
you're
seen,
not. And you've seen a lot of wrongness in the world. Enough. That's it. We will show it to you by the end, though. I promise you that. So, all right, on to another.
I'm pretty sure you shake the Polaroid.
You don't. You don't.
There was a song, "Shake It Like a Polaroid Picture," and everybody was on the dance floor doing this.
Okay, I'm just telling you that that's not the case, and we will discuss this later.
They don't write any songs. Leave the Polaroid picture in the dark. They don't write those songs.
All right.
I'm not familiar with
I got a question here. Why timing matters for outdoor shots? From JL. So why timing matters for outdoor shots? Well, main thing is where the sun is, the light is what controls everything in photography. So you want to have the best light possible. If you're shooting at high noon, that's not necessarily the most flattering light. We're going to need to shade you somewhat because it can cast really harsh shadows. So, you know, golden hour, which everybody knows about, is, you know, I mean, people come into me saying, no, golden hour. Some people come and say blue hour, which is shortly thereafter. And so great times to shoot. When we plan a wedding with our couples, we literally say this is the sunset time. We know going in when it is, so we can take you guys out for that. Takes a couple minutes. Doesn't have to be with the entire bridal party. But there are some epic times that you should take advantage of. You know, a few minutes with your photographer to get some photos that will wind up hopefully on your wall or on your screensaver or wherever. But good question. Good question.
Actually, I have a quick question about that because a couple of brides asked me, true or false, pictures on cloudy days or rainy days, low lighting days actually come out better?
Yes, we would prefer a little cloud cover or overcast than direct. Yeah, like with, you know, bright blue skies with no cloud cover. Not friendly.
Not ideal, huh?
Yeah, not ideal. Yeah. Not ideal. Like I said, at noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, not at all. You know?
So if it rains on your wedding day, it's actually lucky picture-wise.
Yeah. Well, listen, you can do some great photos in the rain with some umbrellas and things like that.
I've seen some very cool stuff. I've seen a lightning bolt in that.
You can get some very, very cool stuff. So I think you have another question there on your. What is that? They asked you about your top 5. Was that the top 5 things that?
Yeah, I can't actually read my handwriting right now.
I should have written all the questions from the people who wrote them.
But one of the questions that someone asked me specifically, okay,
that is terrible.
Yeah, top 5.
I've got bad handwriting, and that is really bad.
Wow, I know. I don't know even what I wrote. I'll have to go back to that. But the one that I can read right underneath it, it says multicultural integration of music. Okay, so very specifically, this was from a young girl who's having her quinceañera soon. All right, we're putting on the show. Super excited about it. So her concern is her family is flying in from all over the world, from Portugal, from South America, from all Spanish-speaking countries and areas. And her family, her dad particularly, is really serious about getting a bunch of Spanish music. But she lives on Long Island. She goes to high school with American, you know, everything is American, American style, American everything. And now, of course, her background is her background, but she's like, well, you know, Matt, I don't want this to be like an only Spanish party. It's not necessarily for my family and parents. I want it to be for my friends too. So what I told her and what I'd like to tell the rest of the world, and now whether it is your wedding, this happens to be a quinceañera, but we have multicultural weddings every weekend also, that we can walk the line. All right, obviously the Spanish stuff in this particular case is going to lend itself to her family liking it a little bit more, but we can definitely make it so that the American guests love it just the same and are just as into it, and vice versa. Actually, you know what? That circles back to adding the percussionist to the party, because if I have only American music and I have a percussionist adding a little Spanish flavor to it, it can appeal to I guess a broader range of guests from all over the world.
When you walk the line, do you talk like Johnny Cash? I couldn't.
Yes.
I couldn't resist.
And when I do it, you know what I do?
That one. What?
I shake the Polaroid picture.
Oh, well,
okay, that's when I'm walking along.
I'm gonna listen. Polaroid follows me. They're gonna basically. I'm gonna have like them send you a message about that. Whatever that song was, it is wrong.
If anybody from Polaroid is watching this, or if you're watching this and you're like,
I'm telling
my
you,
dad upstairs is the CEO
don't
of
shake
Polaroid
it. Don't put
International.
it in the light. You don't. You put it literally in the pot. Oh, okay. Speaking
All right,
of
let's see
which,
what it is. Let's see what it
speaking
is.
of which, wasn't shaking. Nobody did anything here. Okay.
It looks. I bet if it was shaking, it would have came out a little bit better.
You shake it like you bake it, right? It's supposed to be 10 minutes, actually.
Wow.
Look, that's me laughing at
Just so everybody knows, we look fantastic.
Yes, we do. I don't know that we'll be able to show. I'm gonna let it. I'm actually gonna let it just for a little bit longer.
Why don't
it hasn't
you,
been full 10 minutes. No, not gonna happen.
Well, that's the color.
So, all right.
I'm
Silver
pretty
Fox.
sure you have to shake it.
Silver Fox 250. Music 250 saves you $500.
$500.
TikTok, you get that. You DM us. We're gonna put it in the show notes. YouTube, we didn't show any love to YouTube. What's going on? You got a little.
No, I want to put it on the screen.
Oh, putting it back on the screen. YouTube is red. That's supposed to be. That light's supposed to be red over there. Yeah.
That's the recording red.
Okay.
Oh, recording red. Red for record. That makes sense.
Record.
Yeah.
I thought it was red for bad.
Well, because we have actually green lights.
So, look at that. He came with these new lights today.
I'm like really excited about them. They're really cool.
They're actually pretty cool.
A little bit bright.
All right. So I've got some other things here. People asking about audio guest books, which are very cool. Better than regular guest books, for sure.
Far superior to regular.
Far superior. Content creators, I think we spoke about this last week. Content creators are great, especially for TikTok, because you have stuff right away. Huge. Not in replacement of your photographer or more videographer. Don't use it to replace them. But in addition to, fabulous thing to do. Make sure you hire somebody that is like from a company, somebody like Silver Fox.
I know. Yeah, I was just saying. I know a company. I know a guy.
We do it. Yes.
I know.
Yes,
Now you guys all know guys.
Yes.
YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok all know the same
But
guys.
everybody's saying they do it, so that's why I'm saying make sure you figure out see somebody's portfolio, because the thing is like you might know how to use a phone. And you might be good at making reels for yourself, but that doesn't mean you know how a wedding unfolds. That is 12 hours long, that has a getting ready at the bride's house, and then going to the church, and then going to a park, and then like all of those things. There are factors and timelines to weddings that's
exhausting.
Yes, that people just don't know. And so, if you're the first time, you're like, I can create content. I've got 6,000 followers, and they are like going to do your wedding for $300. You're going to get what you pay for.
Yeah, man.
But that's not our crowd here. We have the Lux crowd here. This is the Lux crowd. The word I used, the term I used was
Are they
the
discerning?
candid luxury photos. Yes, they're discerning, of course. So, all right. Where are we at, Peter? We're at 26 minutes. So all of the analytics say we should go to 30. So Matt, for the last 4 minutes, is going to sing a song.
Yeah, I got a song for you. Ready? Shaking like a Polaroid picture. Come on, shake it. I'm like Andre 3000, but I think I'm going to be Andre 4000.
You're not coming back next week.
No. Yeah, because all my pictures are going to come out good. I'm going to sell Polaroids on the side of the road.
But, all right, so I think we went through the questions. Any other questions? This is going to be posted probably within a half an hour. It'll be up for a week.
Yeah.
Probably longer than that, but we will put all the codes and whatnot in there. Silver Fox 250, Music 250. The great thing is, I think we're going to do Ask Us Shit next week, too.
You can ask us shit every week.
You can ask us shit every week.
Speaking of asking us shit, we're talking about shit that we're going to talk about. The promo codes are only going to last until next week when we do this.
Yes, that is true. They're good for 7 days.
So you got 7 days to book some shit.
7 days. If you're 8 days from now, you're actually going to lose $500. So right now,
$500
you're in the black. You're like, I got $500. If you wait till next Thursday,
losing money.
You're losing money.
We're losing money,
and you don't want to do that.
No. We're here to add value to everybody's life.
Because next week's offer might not be, could be something else. You don't know. It could be, who knows? I mean,
maybe we'll add lights.
Matt offers to tap dance at your wedding.
I'll sing. Right. I know a really great song.
Peter will come take some Polaroids. Polaroids are big. All right, and Polaroid of the day. Please follow us all.
Follow
on
everybody.
The
Follow the music
You obviously
boutique.
already are.
Right.
Silver Fox Studios NY.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what you think. Give us some comments.
I'm working on the TikTok thing now because I see this is a thing.
On TikTok, yes.
Doesn't have a TikTok. Yes, because
Yes.
I'm.
Yeah, so
I'll figure it out. All right, I
he'll
just got
figure
the
it
phone.
out.
I just got the phone.
He'll figure it out. So he had a flip phone last week.
It was a razor.
Anything else you want to add?
Fit in my pocket.
We're gonna sign off and be like, oh my god, we forgot to do that, and I think made all these index cards like David Letterman used to. Now I'm really showing some age.
Well, I mean, look, for next week, okay, well, this is something I want to pose to everybody. So I got 2 minutes. I just want to pose this question to everybody. So when you are a photographer, like John and his crew, you get a lot of content. Like, you're basically, your job, your whole life is getting content. Take a picture, can go on Instagram, can go on TikTok. Everybody will love it, make a cool reel, etc.
Mm-hmm.
What do everybody out there in TikTok land and Instagram land want to see a DJ do? You don't want to see me walking around talking to people, yeah, put your hands up. That's not cool. It's not cool at a wedding. So what would you like to see an entertainment company putting on the on social media platforms that you would go, oh wow, that's really cool? Because I don't make pretty pictures. I sell fun. It's a sensation. It's hard to get sensation through a piece of plastic. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing what people like to see and hear.
He said TikTok land. Okay, I just want to make sure
TikTok
I
land.
did not say TikTok land.
Is it not a land? It's not a place you could go.
No, it's not a land. You see people out there in TikTok land, and there's a lot of people in here from TikTok.
I
land.
see that now.
They've just been
All right,
coming
I
up
get
here.
it. I see the
Yes.
value.
Yes, we
looks
are
cool.
loving the TikTok people. Not that we don't love the Instagram, we do. We love it.
This is
And
all super cool,
YouTube,
yeah.
Loving YouTube. The red light matters. Always does. Always will. So what do you say, Peter? Should we wrap this or what? We're good?
Put
Are
a
we
bow
at
on
30
it,
minutes?
maybe.
No, we're not. It's 7:29. I'm seeing. It says 30 minutes.
Yeah, but you know what?
Now we
Yeah, all right,
roll
yo.
credits.
Yeah,
well,
roll
okay,
credits.
listen,
All right.
everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. We
Matt.
really appreciate you do it. John from Silver Fox
Matt from the Music Boutique.
with Ask You.
Show it to us.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes. Okay.
All right. We look great.
Oh, we look great.
We look great.
Okay.
So
Showing
can
me
they
first
They
to
see it? Yep.
they can see it.
We look great.
And I don't know, can they see it? Is
Yep.
that right? Come on.
Yep.
What do
Show
you
the
say?
tubers. YouTube.
YouTubers looking good. All right.
Outstanding. All right.
John and Matt, next week we're back here. You can ask us more shit.
Ask them some shit.